The glorious colors of the autumn sunsets and the vibrant beauty in the fall colors of the flowers are the inspiration for some of today's projects. At Dollar Tree, you will find some of their carvable foam pumpkins. They come in different colors. I bought some in orange as well as some in white. Bringing them home, I used a kitchen knife with a sharp end to simply remove the stem. You want to do that because we're going to paint and stack these into a topiary, so you want to get the stem out of the way. It comes off very easily because these pumpkins are designed to be carvable. Simply then remove the sticker off the bottom of the pumpkin. Then I use some folk art paint. This is the color I used in Silver Marlin to mix with a creamy white and paint over the entire surface of the pumpkin. After I got it completely painted, you'll see this one actually has the stem still on because the next one is going to have the removed stem, and they will stack easily that way. Now I have it upside down drying. The folk art paint adds a nice thick coating. The next pumpkin I'm using is going to be fabric wrapped with this beautiful buffalo checked navy and white fabric that I buy at Dollar Tree. It comes in a roll. Simply unwrap it, and I did cut off a few inches to make it into more of a square shape and to make the amount of fabric more manageable, because we're going to wrap the fabric over the pumpkin, tucking it into the hole from the removed stem. You'll see that this amount of fabric goes around nicely and tucks in very easily, creating lovely folds and pleats in the fabric to add interest. After we get it fully wrapped, we're going to set it aside and go back to our blue pumpkin that's now drying. We're going to take the blue pumpkin and, using a lovely napkin, I found this package of napkins with this whimsical design from Marshall's, but any napkins that you like will work. I liked this pattern because of the playful dogs in the fall leaves. Most napkins are either 2 or 3 ply, and you'll notice how I separated the layers. You only want to use the surface layer of the design. Then, using some regular scissors, I broadly cut out the design, and then I used some very fine scissors to cut out the image in a more detailed way. Here I'm just getting off some of that excess white. The more closely that you cut the pattern, the better it will look, because the desired goal is to have the image look as though it's painted on the surface of the pumpkin as we use our decoupage technique. You can see the image has been finely cut, and now I'm taking some Mod Podge and I'm going to apply the Mod Podge to the surface of the pumpkin where I want to place the design. After you've got a nice, smooth, thin, even layer, you'll delicately place your image on top. Now, I use my finger to smooth it out, making sure that all the little edges are tightly attached. Sometimes you need to lift it slightly and add a little more Mod Podge to those edges to get them to lay flat. But it's a very easy technique, and it's very satisfying because you get immediate results. After it's thoroughly dry, because it will be delicate at this stage, but once it's dry, it's more durable. And then you can take the Mod Podge and apply a second layer on top of the design. That will finish it off beautifully. I went around the pumpkin and I put the design in 3 different spots. That way, from any angle, it looks decorated. Now at Dollar Tree, they also have these beautiful little velvet pumpkins. I chose this jewel-toned blue. It's the perfect complement to the colors of blues in this design, and it will look so pretty on the top of the pumpkin stack. You can see now that it's completely dry how the image looks as though it's been painted on the pumpkin. Now, all you need to do is stack your pumpkins. Hot glue works perfectly to attach all three. Starting with the bottom, you can see I'm using the fabric wrapped, followed by our decorated one with the dogs and the fall leaves. And for our top pumpkin, we'll use our pretty velvet blue pumpkin. Again, just use some hot glue in the well there. You can see that was originally the bottom of the pumpkin. It works perfectly to hold the top pumpkin. And then, as I added on that third pumpkin, I'm also adding a little bit of hot glue to the stems of some colorful fall leaves from Dollar Tree, and I'm just tucking those in. I think they're a really pretty little accent and carry through the theme of the dogs playing in the fall leaves. I'm using a little bit of Rub 'n Buff as a final finishing touch for the stem. I just wanted to burnish that stem a little bit. You can use some antique gold or really any of the pretty Rub 'n Buff colors will work. But you can see I'm just putting a little bit on a paper towel and just rubbing it into that stem lightly to burnish it and I think accent it in a pretty way. Well, there it is, all complete, and it is so charming. I'm going to show you how I displayed it. This can be made so easily. You can see for $5 plus the cost of a little bit of Rub 'n Buff and a napkin, you have a very charming pumpkin topiary to display. Here I have it on a narrow entryway table, but it would look pretty on a side table or as part of a larger grouping as well. These pumpkin topiaries are really versatile. Using 3 Dollar Tree pumpkins, you can make them fabric wrapped or painted in any color that suits your style and complements your own color palette. Here you can see I made another one in shades of pinks and oranges and greens. The opportunities are infinite, and I think you'll have fun making one. If you're enjoying this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. My name is Lisa. For those of you who are new, I especially want to say welcome to my channel. And for my returning subscribers and friends, thank you so much. And now we'll move on to our next project. I had this vase filled with little pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I decided to dress it up. So I wrapped it in an assortment of different size rubber bands, and I put the rubber bands around the vase at different angles to create an interesting design pattern. Then outside, I used Krylon metallic gold spray paint. It's important to also wear a mask. Even doing this outside, you don't want to smell any of those vapors. I used the Krylon metallic gold to give it a nice coating. Then I let it dry overnight before bringing it inside and removing the rubber bands. Once I did, it revealed a very elegant vase. The pattern of undulating lines against that smooth, beautiful gold metallic background really elevated this simple vase into an elegant opportunity for flowers. You could use real flowers or faux flowers. I also spray painted a Dollar Tree candlestick using the same color and attaching it to the bottom of the vase. That pedestal elevated the vase and made it perfect for this single stem that I purchased at Michael's. Their fall flowers are on sale right now, so it was a good opportunity to get this one single, very elegant stem. You could also, of course, have real flowers in your vase. You could also make 2 and flank a centerpiece on your dining table. It also stands alone as a beautiful exclamation point on an entryway table, as you can see how I'm using it. Inserting a battery-powered candle is another way to add dramatic illumination to a tablescape. You could make 2 of these and put one on either side of a centerpiece for dramatic lighting. Here in the dimmer light, you can see it has a very beautiful effect. I've enjoyed making this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. Take care and God bless. And before we close, my neighbors across the street wanted to come and say hello. These longhorn steer are as friendly as dogs. They are so sweet, and they saw me walking today and all came to the fence to say hello. This one here almost looks as though he was playing peekaboo as he put his head behind these golden flowers. Little did he know that his horns were sticking up, but there's his little head. And over here, you've got a lot of others just wondering what our next video is going to be about. And I'll tell you, I'm making some more really fun projects that I think you're going to enjoy. I should be able to publish another video in the next few days. And here he is, Peekaboo. Have a good evening. Take care.